Good evening. How are you all? I can't spell. Sorry. It's meant to be sorry. So, there's the first so of the day. How is everybody? Nice cup of tea. It is ridiculously hot today in England, in London. I'm guessing it's if you're in Europe, it's hot all over Europe. But it's definitely warm today. This is going to be interesting. As you can see, sleeveless shirt. I'm absolutely boiling. Wearing a hat and a bandana in this heat. I was tempted, Alice band, hair down, but I decided not. What have you been up to? What's been happening since in the last 7 days? What have you been up to? I can tell you one thing I've been up to on Thursday, which was I don't know what day it was. Whenever it was, anyway, I played my first live performance since March, because my last performance in March was I think it was the lockdown was the 23rd, and I was due to be playing a gig on the 22nd, but it got cancelled from under me. So anyway, so this, I think the last gig I did was the 15th of March, I believe. So on Thursday, I went down to, there's this thing in Hamstead Heath on the bandstand called the Hamstead Heath Bandstand Jam or something. And I heard about it from a friend of mine called Sarah, who told me about it. And I went down and she played as well. And her band is called Venus Honey Trap. And it's run by Bill Jury. And basically got to play in front of an audience again for the first time in God knows how long. So it was good to do that. And funnily enough, on my little thing that I nicked from Jesse Mallin, the show and tell, there was a guy there called John Crabb. And after the show, he was on first, I believe. After the end of the night, he gave me his 2 EPs. And he's kind of like rockabilly, but with a bit of Clash in there. And on one of them here, he does an Anti-Nowhere League cover, because I saw the title for You. And I was like, I wonder if it's the Anti-Nowhere League song, thinking, no way would it actually be. And it was. It actually was the Anti-Nowhere League song. Whoa, it's hot. It really is hot. Can you see sweat? So, yeah, this is John Crabb. And if you go to Facebook, Crab City Rocker, but if you look up John Crabb, I'm sure you'll find him. Or if not, just Crab, CRAB City Rocker. And if you go to Instagram, you can get Crab City Rocker. So check him out. He was a nice fella. I like what he did. And it was good. Katerina, I think what happened was I started a live stream and then there was something wrong. So I stopped it and then went back and did it again, which is what it is now. Who out there is ridiculously boiling hot? Now, apparently there's possibility the chat might not be working, which is a bit of a bugger because I always like to know what's happening. So I'm going to write this in the chat box, and if anyone can reply to it, that would be good. And if they can't, then never mind. So this is online gig number 19, which is a lot. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do, I have decided, is I think next week will be number 20. Yes, you are there. Yes. Right. Next week will be online gig number 20. And I think that's when I'm going to stop for a while. I think, it's not been 20 weeks in a row, but it's a lot. and I'm in danger of repeating myself. So I think next week is going to be the last one for a while. I might start up again in next lockdown, which isn't too far away. So all I would suggest is during this week's show, if you have any ideas of suggestions of songs you want to hear for next week, write it in the chat box, or you can write it in, you can message me on Facebook if there are songs that you would like me to do. But bearing in mind, preferably ones that you've heard me do before, because if someone's asking me to learn a whole new song, it might not be the best. So yeah, if there's anything out there, any of the songs you would like to hear for next week, give me a shout. Covers or mine or whatever. This one is a cover, and this is one I have been known to start my live sets with, but not for a while, because most of the time I haven't had any live sets. But this is by Johnny Thunders, and it goes like this. No, it doesn't. I'm sorry, but I didn't have more to say. How maybe I could have changed your fate. How you were so misunderstood. How you could have been anything that you wanted to, because it's a sad vacation. Oh, what can I say? It's a sad vacation. You knew how to play. Flowers of romance, wasn't that you? Belson was a gas, just like you. How you were so real, that's why they off you. Because singing from your grave is so very hard to do. Because it's a sad vacation. Oh, what can I say? It's a sad vacation. You know how to play. It's a sad vacation. Oh, what can I say? It's a sad vacation. You know how to play. I'm sorry. I'm so 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 sorry. God bless Johnny Thunders. I know he had his problems, but he wrote some damn good songs. And that one, I used to introduce it on stage as it was a song about a dead rock star by a dead rock star, because Johnny wrote it about Sid Vicious, and of course who subsequently died in 1979, and then Johnny himself passed away in 1991. So there you go. So as I was saying, next week I believe I'm going to make next week the last one for now. What I should also have said is that I'm actually due to be getting back to the studio to be finishing off my album in September. So that's another reason why I probably won't be doing them. I'll be having a time out. But don't worry, in the next lockdown, when that happens, when, not if, I will be doing it. Talking about lockdowns, I do believe this next song. Well, no, I don't believe. I know because I bloody wrote it. But you know how it is. You know how it is. So this next one is a song that I wrote. I did a series of things called the lockdown demos, which I was doing during lockdown. Funny enough, given the name, and it wasn't meant to be. It just worked out that way. It started out as just me doing some songs, and then it's kind of developed into a bit of a series. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a link into the chat room so you can see. And if you go on there, there's all these songs that I did during lockdown are on there. And also, if you go to my Facebook, it's under link under the on air now part. It's always a bit of a bugger when it does this. So this song, there's the second so or the third so of the day. With this one, when this whole lockdown business happened in the UK, it was in March 23rd, and it was all, there's a bit of an air of iffiness about it all, which hasn't gone away. I still believe this is something. They're not telling us everything. And I find it, especially in the UK, that they seem to have all these things ready to go, like building lots of new cycle lanes to help people go to work, to get the public transport to work. Normally that takes years of planning and hassle, and yet they seem to appear ready to go pretty much overnight. And the excuse is that they're not permanent, except that they are made out of concrete, which usually are permanent or pretty permanent. But it just seems there's lots of different things. But without going into the realms of ridiculousness, let's just say I do believe there's a slight air of bullshit in the proceedings. This song is for a guy out in Finland called Alex. I know he likes this song. This is called The Writings on the Wall. It's funny how things can change so much over the course of just one day. An entire way of life just brutally stripped away. But I have just one question that I want to ask. See, why you telling us that everything's changed forever? Could you please explain that one to me? Because the writing's on the wall. The writing's on the wall. Writing's on the wall. What is it that you're not saying? Please tell me what this is really about. Because none of this makes any sense to me. It doesn't add up, and I have my doubts. It seems that you can fool most of the people pretty much all the time. But you're gonna have to try a little bit harder if you think that you can change my mind. Because the writing writings on the wall. The writings on the wall. The writings on the wall. The writings on the wall. Cause fear and confusion spread panic all around. Get people where you want them, easier to control. Cause the problem, see the reaction, offer the solution what you take home. Advance your own agenda as you total control. Because the writings on the wall. 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 It's so hot. And I had to close the window because it's pretty noisy out there. So I'm now sitting in a room where the window is closed. So it's hot. And I guess this means the guitars will go out of tune a lot, because that's what guitars are wont to do when it is hot. What have we got in here? GR. I'm not going to be playing in. I don't own Y fronts for a start, but even if I did, I am not going to appear in them. Well, now you've said it. You put my mind. Now I want to do it. No, I am not. Look, I dress up. I will. Hey, Nick, how are you? I will say one thing. I'm not wearing anything on my shoes. Or, sorry, more accurately, I'm not wearing anything on my feet. So I am barefoot, but you don't need to see that. I'm not a cam girl. If I was a cam girl, you'd all be asking me for sending pictures and videos of your feet. But thank God none of you are. Or if you are, just no. So, actually, funnily enough, Miranda, there was my friend in Finland, Katarina, has put a post up in the last couple of days about some pictures of Tyler's Dogs the Moor, taken from, I think it was 2017. And whilst I was just playing that last song, I was thinking, there's one song that I haven't played for a long time. This could go horrendously wrong. So I haven't played this for... I couldn't tell you the last time I played this song. And I had no intention of playing this song. I haven't rehearsed it up. It's just come to me. So this could go horrendously wrong. This is my favourite song by the Dogs the Moor. It's not Kiss My Heart Goodbye. I've never tried to play that one. But this is my favourite song by the Dogs. It could go horrendously wrong. Anyone that knows me knows what this song is. Have a guess. This is for Katarina. So let's start again. You want to be like Elvis, Captain Blood of a Hall. You want to be like Lord Taylor, on the wall. You want to be like Baby Rat, howling at the moon. You want to be like Birdman, don't be kissed too soon. Whoa, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. I told you once, I told you twice, I told you 3 times more. Just 'cause you're the bad guy don't mean you're gonna lose them all. Whoa, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa, whoa, times before. Diddle-diddle-diddle-diddle. Just because you're the back up, don't mean you're gonna lose them. You're gonna lose them all. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I love that song. For any of you that didn't recognise it, that was Errol Flynn by the Dogs to More. It was originally on the acoustic mini album that was called Graveyard of Empty Bottles, and then it was recorded properly electrically with the band, with Steve, Bam and Joe, and it was released on an album of the same name, Errol Flynn. Yeah, I haven't played it for a long time, and to be honest, I forgot the lyrics. This is appalling because it's my favourite dog song, and I have played it with Tyler. You think I'd know better, but I don't. I have here a little list of songs that I rehearsed up earlier. I've done that one. I should cross off the list the ones I've done. The one I just did wasn't on that list, so I've done that one. And I've done that one. So yeah, I was saying, I played my first live gig last Thursday, first one since March. It was really good to play in front of a live audience again. Even though it was a bit weird, everyone looking at you. It was like, oh, people are all looking at me. Where did they come from? Obviously. I'm going to play an old song now that I used to play in my set all the time, and I never play it now. I probably should have recorded it for the album, but I didn't. So this is a song every time I used to play. Actually, there were 2 live clips from Thursday. There's another one I haven't put up yet, but there's one where I'm doing the Howling Wind. But this song is, this is an old song that used to be in my set. I should have recorded it for the album. I didn't. Who knows? It might surface at one point. This is a bit of a tongue-in-cheek. Probably this is why I didn't, because it's a bit of a joke song. And normally, I was trying to be serious, all serious. So I didn't put it on the album because it's kind of a joke. It's a bit of a tongue-in-cheek dig. The kind of people who want to be famous. They don't care what famous for. They just want to be famous. Famous for being famous' sake. And they like to hang around people that are famous because they think it reflects on them and that makes them something as well. People are a bit, we have an expression amongst my circle of friends. The word, if someone calls you a glory hunter, it means you're a attention fame whore. So this song is called Glory Hunter. And it goes like this. Actually, I wrote this song about 3 people I knew, and the first solo gig I ever did, 2 of them were in the audience watching me play this song, not knowing it's about them. 2 of them, all 3 of them, I feel a bit guilty now because they're all lovely people, but it was just having a bit of a dig at them in a very light-hearted way. And I'm not going to name who it was because that wouldn't be fair. This is called Glory Hunter. I'm a glory hunter. Why am I not on TV? You say that you love me, but no one loves me more than me. 'Cause I'm a glory hunter, glory hunter, glory hunter, that's me. That's me. I'm a glory hunter. Why am I not on the cover of a magazine? Don't you worry about the others, 'cause it's all about me, 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 me. 'Cause I'm a glory hunter, glory hunter, glory hunter, that's that's me. That's me. I'm a glory hunter. You'll never find me at home. I think I'm so goddamn popular, but if you look closely, I'm always on my own. 'Cause I'm a glory hunter, glory hunter, glory hunter. That's me, that's you, that's him, that's her. I'm a glory hunter. If someone's famous, I'm there. I like to bask in reflected glory. I've got no discernible talent, but I just don't care. 'Cause I'm a glory hunter, glory hunter, glory hunter. That's me, that's you, that's me. Yeah, that will show up one day. Maybe I should turn it into a Country Joe song. Maybe that's where its natural habitat lies. But then I think if Country Joe thought he was being described as a I do believe that there is some chocolate brownie shortcakes. Is that what they're called?
Coconut brownies?
Coconut brownies have just appeared. Now, I mean, this has been my first. She made them earlier, and of course, I haven't had any up until now. So I'm just actually having a little look.
You didn't?
Look.
You didn't have any?
No.
There was like a little cut.
It must have been Oreo. Because I would never go in.
No, it just opened and it's like, there is a part missing. It wasn't me. And you were lying to your audience.
Who could it possibly? I reckon it was Oreo. Oreo's a greedy dog. But look, here they go. Look. Yeah. Look. Yum, yum. They're very nice. Yeah, so that was Glory Hunter. That's when I first started playing live. Because I was looking at my page. My page was set up a long time ago. And it's actually a bit of a disservice because although I set up my page and had started doing solo stuff, I actually didn't really start doing it properly until 2016, 17 maybe, because I was playing in bands up until then. Well, to 2000, I've quit playing in bands at 2016. Right at the beginning of the year. What actually happened was I was in a band and I knew I was going to be quitting at the end of the year. So I basically, I pretty much knew I was going to leave at the beginning of the year, but I thought I would give myself a year because sometimes you don't want to make a decision and regret it. So I thought, I'm thinking I'm going to quit, but I'll give myself 12 months just to make sure that I know for sure that I'm not going to regret doing this thing. And I decided I just didn't want to play in bands anymore. And no disrespect to the people I was playing with, it was my decision. I just decided I was done. And so what we did, we had a lot of tour dates on in 2015, and I didn't want to be one of those people that just buggered off and left the band high and dry. So I was waiting for a break in the playing so that I could stop and give them time to find someone new, which is basically what happened. And I haven't regretted it since. Sometimes I miss the touring, but to be honest, I don't think I would miss the touring. mean, I like traveling around and doing stuff, but I don't like being away from home. That's why the lockdown's been all right for me, because I've been at home. It's like, yay, great. It's like I've got everything here. By the way, Gary, I didn't make these. These were made by Agata. She made them. I didn't make them. And yes. So this next song that I'm going to do, this one is on the album. This is the one when I'm playing live. What I normally say is, when I'm about to do this song, it's quite slow and it goes on for a while. So what I usually suggest is that if you need to go for a pee break or anything like that, now's the time. You know what? The weird thing about it when you're doing, I'm just going to check my phone because there's some stuff happening on Facebook, but my phone is really, really slow. So not my phone, the computer. So here we go. Let's have a look. I can't believe Gary writing that. So this song, I always say, if you need to go for a pee break, now's the time. This one is written about, it started out life as a song called My Heart is Like a Graveyard of Memories. And it started out, it wasn't about anything in particular. There was a band from America, I can't remember where from America, but they're an all-female band called The Darts, not to be confused with the 70s Ted revivalist rocker band from the 70s. But there's this band, they're on Dirty Water Records, called The Darts, and they are fantastic. I went and saw them play their debut UK show, and they had an album out which had like 10 songs, and that was all. They were that new of a band. They only had these 10 songs, and they played them all. Everyone's like, encore, encore. And they're like, we haven't got any more. We're like, play it again. They were just so powerful. They're fantastic. Check them out. They're called, on Facebook, they're called The Darts US. And they had a song on their album called My Heart is a Graveyard. And I thought, that's a great title. It might even be My Heart is I think it's My Heart is a Graveyard. And I thought, what a great song title. So I nicked the song title. That was it. I didn't nick the music because theirs is really fast and powerful. It's, as I said, check them out. And if there's a clip for that, there's a video for that song I just mentioned. Check them out. It's really, really good. So anyway, originally it was called My Heart is Like a Graveyard of Memories, but the song, when you're writing a song, it's not really happening. And then one day I changed 2 lines of the 3rd verse, and it became The Way Things Used to Be. That's the name of the song. And it's about the gentrification of our cities like London, Berlin, New York. You go there, all the good stuff's gone. It's boring and bland. So it's just a nostalgic look back at the way things used to be. Yeah, and it's on the album, and it goes like this. My heart is like a graveyard of memories, going back on happier times and the way things they used to be. Once there was love and laughter, sunshine forever, blue skies. Now there's nothing left now, except the tears falling from my eyes. There's nothing left now of the way things used to be. My heart is like a graveyard of memories, the way things used to be. Now it's all over and everyone has gone away. There was a time thought it'd last forever and a day, but now we're all older. We know the things, but they just ain't built to last. Try as I might, I'm still a prisoner to my past. There's nothing left now of the way things used to be. My heart is like a graveyard of memories of the way things used to be. Of the way things used to be. This is the verse for the different lines. As I look around this town now, everything I once knew seems to disappear. I recognize less and less with each passing year. And as my memories of this town disappear into the mist of time, won't you tell me your story? You just heard mine. There's nothing left now of the way things used to be. My heart is like a graveyard of memories of the way things used to be. Of the way things used to be. Do you know what? Sorry, I've just realised you're online. The library can't be open. Have you got yourself a laptop or a dongle or internet or something? Because you were offline and now you're online. So, I mean, it's good. It means you're better connected, which is handy. What happened there? Tell me. Tell me what was going on there. Miranda, I don't know whether you heard earlier, I was just saying about there's a thing on Hamstead Heath on Thursday nights or Thursday evenings, afternoons. Starts about 6 o'clock, goes on to 11. It's called the Hamstead Bandstead Jam. And basically you get up and we're playing in a, you're playing in the park, but it's all set up and there's an audience there. So you've got, all right, you've got internet at home. Cool, that's good. That means you can see all the videos of this that you've missed. There's one from the 12th of July, I think it was. I don't know. It's one where I basically did the whole of my album in its entirety. So when you've got a spare 2 hours to watch, or, when you've, I mean, because there's lots of waffle. Which also reminds me, this jam thing I went to on Thursday, it was great because on the bandstand itself was a bunch of kids, like teeny boppers or whatever. And they were sitting watching the people play. And they were there. They were nothing to do with it. They were just there. And then when I went over to say, I'm here, can I play? There was this young girl, really young. And she was just asking. She was one of these teeny boppers. And she was asking the guy that was running it, we haven't brought any instruments, but, if we could borrow a guitar, can we get up and play? And when they did get up and play, I mean, first of all, they did a Lead Belly song. They played Where Did You Sleep Last Night? And I'm guessing by the look of them, because they looked a bit alternative, I reckon that they heard the first version they know it of is Nirvana did it on the MTV Unplugged. So they probably got it from that. But I was still impressed because they could play this song and they could sing it. There was two of them, one singing, one playing guitar, and they swapped over. But they were both great, and they had no nerves at all. It was wonderful to see because they looked really young. I have no idea how old they were, but they looked like they were 14, 15. And it takes balls to get up in front of people, but they just played. So the first song they did was Lead Belly. The second song they did was Radiohead, Fake Plastic Trees from the Bends. But what they did is this guy who was up playing, he came and played the guitar so that both the girls could sing it. And then the last song they did was a Pixie song, Where Is My Mind? So it was amazing to see these young kids playing 3 really good songs and doing them well. And I was thinking, you could tell next week they're going to turn up with the whole band. They're going to be there. But I didn't catch what they were called, which was a shame because I reckon they'd be great to go and watch. And it's always good to see, this is the good thing about these things. You come across other musicians you might not have heard of before. Always good. Right, let's have a look at my little list. Oh, there is, tell me when you're ready for the new one, because I don't know if some of you might not have caught it last week. I have a brand new song. I was going to play it at this thing on Thursday, but I kept screwing it up on the account of the fact that it's that new. I hadn't quite got it right yet. Gary, how familiar are you with Jacobite's material? Tell me how familiar you are with Jacobite's material. Right, this next one, this one's on the album as well. This is a true story. There are 2 stories behind it. Anyone who's watched me before will know both of them. Anyone that hasn't watched me before, which one do you want, the truth, or do you want the silly one that I do? I'll go for the truthful one. Years ago, I was in a band, great band, but the 2 people in it were heroin addicts. And anyone that knows anything about heroin addicts, you know how that's going to end. Basically, it ended up with a guy choosing heroin over his band and all his mates. And we were going to a rehearsal one night, and for some reason he bumped into a dealer on the stairs, bought some stuff off him, and then proceeded to overdose. We're supposed to be rehearsing. I said to the guy, I don't care what you do, as long as you don't bring it into the stage, the rehearsal room, or the recording studio. What you do in your own time is your thing, but don't waste my time with that crap, because I have no time for that stuff. And basically he chose heroin over everything. So the song is called Was It Really Worth It? And it's on the album, and it goes like this. Woo! Are you going to see the man tonight out in this winter cold? Don't forget to take your heart with you. I know he's already got your soul. The boy get out of the world, and the world's kick back. The boy came out of the drugs, and the drugs came back a lot fucking harder. Was it really worth it? Was it really worth it? Was it really worth it? Now you're in ever deeper. You gotta maintain every day. Now you gotta go see the man to keep the itchy blood away. The boy thought he'd lost the world, but it welcomed him back. The boy thought he kicked the drugs, but the motherfuckers came back. And was it really worth it? 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 Now you've lost all your friends and family, everyone that kept you from home. You've lost everything you ever owned to keep that needle in your arm. Now it's too late for you, my unlucky little friend, as your life reaches its logical end. I have to ask, was it really worth it? 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 Phew, it is seriously hot. It might have to, I might have to open the window because I am, to quote a famous phrase from a film, I'm melting. So what film was that? The famous film where someone's going, I'm melting. Answers on a postcard too. My God, I am so hot. I'm having to check on my phone what's going on Facebook because I can't see on here. Okay, right. It is. Yeah, you're right. Wizard of Oz. It was the Wicked Witch of the East. Alcohol free. Still alcohol free. So we're nearly 8 months, nearly. I'm actually, the last time I had any alcohol at all was on the 29th of December last year. So I've had none this year at all in any way whatsoever. And now I'm beginning to think, should we go for the whole year? See if we can do the whole year. No reason why I shouldn't, because I do not miss it at all. Having a look at this little list of songs. Sorry about this. I really should set up a set list, but I didn't. Another thing I meant to ask is, yeah, as I said at the beginning of the show, I think next week's going to be the 20th show that I've done online. Overall, next week will be the 30th gig I've done this year because I've done 10 live ones and I will have done 20 online ones. So that in all, that's 30. Which is not bad, but I prefer to be doing more. I mean, 30 by August. No, that's not actually very good. I mean, one of my bands, we did best part of, I think it was 150 in 1 year. I mean, that's a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I'll take it. But yeah, so I was saying I'm probably going to next week will probably be the last one for a while, because I've only got a certain amount of material, and people will start to go, he's doing the same stuff over and over. So I think I'll give it a break. But what I was saying is, in the chat, if there are any songs that you want me to do next week that you hear tonight, or of mine anyway, or covers that I do, just give me a shout and I'll do them. This is a new one. I've got a series of new ones. This is not the new one. This is a newish one. It will be on the next album. This is about selfish bastards. So I dedicate this to all the people that have been going to all the beaches around the country and spreading COVID-19. This is Cryin For Yourself. No, it's not. You're crying for yourself. You're crying for yourself. You're crying for yourself. You're crying for yourself. Why is it that you only think about yourself? Why don't you think about anybody else? Why is it everything that you say and do is always and only about you? Because you're crying for yourself, never anybody else. You're crying for yourself. You don't give a damn about anybody else. Not to weigh the biggest opinion on reality. Why don't you just wake up and see? There's a whole world out there beyond the end of your nose. I guess it's too much to ask for you to notice. I suppose because you're crying for yourself. You don't care about anybody else. You're crying for yourself. You don't give a damn about anybody else. This is where the lead guitar will be. I'll hum it. Do, 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 why is that you always want the attention? Why do you try to play the wrong and victimize one? Why is that everything that you say and do? Well, I'm sorry, my friend, I'm wise to what it is you do, because you're crying for yourself. You don't give a damn about anybody else. You're crying for yourself. You don't give a damn about anybody else. That was called Cryin For Yourself. And as I said, it will be on the next album. But I really should finish the first album first before I start talking about the next album, because the next album is pretty much written. In fact, I think I'm getting to the point where I'm probably going into the third album territory now. But I mean, in some ways, I'm glad. I would hate to be one of those people that I know so many artists who've written like 20 songs, and then every time they put a new album out, it's an old song redone. You know, they seem to be incapable of writing new material. Or in certain cases, there are bands where they form a new band and they have the old band's all the material. It's the same band, just different name. What's wrong with writing new songs? Why can't you do it? If I can do it, why can't you? Was that a bit talky telly off? I guess it was. Oh, by the way, also, as I said, because I'm talking about next week being the last one for a while. If you would like to see Agata doing some of her poetry, please let me know here. Because we can make the last one, the 20th one, a big blockbuster show with loads of stuff on it. So let me know. If you want to hear that stuff, let me know. Please tell me any ideas of any songs that you want. I've got some fly buzzing around. And I'm just checking here because, as I said, I keep seeing stuff on Facebook, but I can't see what's actually happening. I mean, it's stuff that I know about, but whatever. Right, where are we next? What ones have I done? Would you like an old favourite or would you like a newer one? Answers on a postcard. Old favourite or newer one? In fact, actually, of this list I have here, they're all pretty much the newer ones. Because The Incredible Melting Man, I've not heard of that film. But tell me about it. So yeah, let me know. What would you like to hear? Old favourite or newer ones? Actually, I'm going to employ the services of this guitar for this one. It's because I wrote all my songs on this guitar, but majority of them I move over onto that guitar. But this particular song I'm about to do, I haven't actually played it on that guitar yet, so I don't know what it sounds like. So I'm going to play it on the guitar it was written on. Actually, this guitar's kept the tuning, really, considering how hot it is. Right, this is new. This is actually my newest song. This is, I've got a variety of drinks here. I've got water, tea. Is that blackcurrant juice? Raspberry juice. I've got alcohol-free beer. I've got 4 different drinks here. Cool. So this next one, this is my newest song. Started writing it about a month ago. Actually, well, no, it was the 15th of July. Now, what happened was I was sitting here. I actually sat down. I don't normally do this. I sat down and thought, I'm going to write a new song, which doesn't happen very often. Normally, they just appear or, whatever. I very rarely sit down and, decide I'm going to write a new song. Because I think sometimes if you try and force it, if you try and push the issue, the end result isn't very good. But this time I sat down and thought, right, I'm going to do it. So I sat down and I'm playing around the guitar. I've got no music, no melody, no lyrics, zilch. And quickly, this bit of music came to me. So I'm like, okay. So now I'm sort of like, I've got no lyrics. So I'm just like, na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. And then I quickly work out what's going to be the chorus. So I'm like, da, 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 in the morning, da, da, da. And I'm singing, just going, da, 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 literally like that, because I have no words. And then Agata walks in and says, what's this? What's this song? I said, well, she goes, whose is it? I said, well, it will be mine. I haven't, I'm writing it, literally writing it as we speak. And she goes, can I write some words to it? I said, well, it's going to be called In the Morning. This is going to be the melody. And I hummed it to her. And I said, I've got literally 2 or 3 lines. That's it. So she says, well, can I write some lyrics? So she goes away, writes some lyrics, comes back. I sit down with the guitar and the music, singing along to it. And if there's something that doesn't fit in, I change it around or move it around slightly. But essentially, they're pretty much, it's her words. And then we came up with this song. And it's the first one we've written together. Because, when we do her poetry, it's her words and I come up with music. She tells me the kind of idea she wants, and then I try and interpret what she wants. But this is the first time where she's, pretty much wrote most of the lyrics for this song. This song is called In the Morning. So this is as new as it gets, unless I actually start writing a new one on the spot. It goes like this. Yesterday slowly fades away, and I'm trying not to forget all my regrets. Your voice still in my head, that you regret the day we met, and I'm trying to remember what I said. You live, but last I fall, you always said it's empty now, like my heart, and I'm chasing yesterday in the morning of every day. But glass half empty, I always say. It's empty now, like my soul, and I'm chasing yesterday in the morning of every day. Oh, every day. Dancing together in the pale moonlight, we both laugh and your smile is in my mind. And at the end of every day, I drink to my regrets, and I'm trying to keep the glass half full once again. It's empty now, like my heart, and I'm chasing yesterday every morning of every day. But glass half empty, I always say it's empty now, like my soul, and I'm chasing yesterday in the morning of every day. Oh, every day. Oh, every night. At the end of every night, in the morning of every day. I do like that song. I really do. Every now and again when you write songs, you know when a good one's come along. And I feel that that's a good one. I hope everybody else likes it. Yeah, I mean that's my newest song, as I said, and that features the vast majority of the lyrics were written by Agata. So don't forget, as I said, next week I'm talking about doing the last one for a while, and if you've got any suggestions of songs you want me to play, tell me now. I don't like Monday. Tell me now, and I will put them on a list, and I'll rehearse them up for next week. And also, as I said, if there's any poems of Agata's that you know that you want to hear, please in the comments or on Facebook. I quite like my hands when I do that. Right, this next song I'm going to do is excuse me, I'm just checking on Facebook. I can't do it on the laptop because when Facebook and YouTube are running, it slows everything down. I'm going to try the raspberry juice. And I have to check because this is made of raspberries that came out of a garden in Poland. So apparently you have to check for the worms to make sure there's no worms in there because they were picked from the garden. Because we were in Poland a couple of weeks ago. Right, this next song, this is a song that, for those of you who know the Jacobites, you know I like the Jacobites. You know I love Nicky Sudden. You know I love Dave Kusworth. Well, Dave used to stay around here a lot. And we sat down and jammed on some songs together. We came up with 3. Now, 2 of them I remembered and kept. The third one was something that Dave was mainly doing, and I was just playing the music. And unless Dave sings on it, it just doesn't sound like anything. You know, the chords are just the chords. But the minute Dave opened his mouth, it sounded like a Dave Kusworth song. And there's 2 others. I mean, one of them, it was literally, I was sitting here on the sofa with a guitar, and he was sitting there. I'm just playing a guitar, and Dave starts singing. And at the end of it, I was like, what's that? He goes, I don't know. I was just singing. So then we just started working on the songs, and he paid me a huge compliment. He goes, it's just like working with Nicky. This is how me and Nicky used to work. I was like, pfft. So anyway, we came up with 2 songs. I'm going to play one of them. I have played it once before. Last time I did it on a 12 string. I haven't tuned a 12 string up, and it will take too long. So I'm going to do it on a 6 string. This is called No Matter What You Do. So this features a Dave played a guitar solo on this that sounded just like the Jacobites. It's called No Matter What You Do. No matter what you do, I'll always come back to you. And at the end of every day, I still love you anyway. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, I know that in the end could never be just friends. I did try to live without you, but I was lost, didn't know what to do. But sitting here smiling down my face, don't know how much more I could take. I try to ring your number every day. Number I recognized was all it had to say. I can't live this life without you. What am I supposed to do? No matter what you do, no matter what you say, I know that in the end we could never be just friends. Sitting here in my room all alone, I just wish you'd call my phone. You changed your number once before. I can't take the silence anymore. If you'd let me explain, it was just a mistake. One that one as simple anyone could make. If you just listen to me, I'm sure we could work this out, don't you see? No matter what you do, no matter what you say, I know that in the end we could never be just friends. No matter what you do, 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 no matter what you say, I know that in the end we could never be just friends. There you go. That's one that I wrote with Mr. Kusworth. The worm. Well, there wasn't any worm in this one. I checked. So I'm just crossing off the list because I rehearsed up a bunch of songs earlier. And I'm just crossing off the one that I've done. And I'm going to go to an old blues number. Actually, it's not an old blues number. It's a new blues number. This is, I'm going to dedicate this to a friend of mine who's no longer with us. He lived over in Memphis, Tennessee. His name was Zeke Johnson. And a friend of mine, Lucille, she introduced me to him. She went over to America and she was staying with him. And he was like, at the time, he was like 71, 72 years old. And he was like, you know, this old blues guy. He'd been like in the Marines. He was a professor, a teacher, you know, and after he retired, he just, you know, he knew what he didn't know about blues music wasn't worth knowing. And she introduced me to him and he sent me some stuff and I played it on my radio show. By the way, my radio show's coming back. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'm going to be doing my radio show again on Wednesdays, 9 till 12. I will let you know when it happens. So this song, I'm going to dedicate it to Zeke because sadly he passed away last year. But he was a great man, and the outpouring of love for him when he passed away, you know, his ex-pupils were, you know, saying what a great teacher he was, and, you know, really, really lovely tributes to a great man. So this is a song. This is about the nearest you'll ever get to me doing a blues song, and I dedicate it to Zeke. And I did actually, I think I sent it to him before he passed away, and he liked it. But it goes like this. see the look in your eyes. It's there for all to see. It's there right day by day. The disdain that you hold for me. No words need to be spoken. Nothing more to say. I can see the gap widening a little bit with each passing day. Because I'm losing you a little bit every day. I'm losing you. I can feel you slipping away. I can feel you slipping away. It wasn't always like this. In fact, it was never like this before. I remember when I first smelled trouble. When the new year came walking through the door. It was like the switch of a button. The light just seemed to go out. That's when I had my first suspicions, and I first begun to doubt. Because I'm losing you a little bit every day. I'm losing you. I'm paying someone else's game. I'm paying someone else's game. I'm paying someone else's game. God bless you, Zeke. I am really, it is unbelievably hot. And wearing a hat and a bandana in a room with window closed. This is how Robert Johnson must have felt when he was doing his sessions in San Antonio in Texas. Oh, sorry, Dallas. When he was it was a hot day and they had to close all the windows because there was this noise going on next door and they had no fans. So they had to record those 29 songs by Robert Johnson. I will do. So, yeah, Miranda, as I said, next week I'm probably it's going to be the 20th online gig I've done. And I think I'm going to stop for a while. So if there's any songs that anybody wants, any requests for next week, put them in the comments there. I'm going to upload this show. At the end of every week, I upload the show to YouTube. And in there, it will have a set list. And if you go back, it shows you all of the ones from about 12. So there's going to be eight of them are going to be on there. So you can look through and any of the songs you like, you will see the title and you can request it and we can do it. Man alive, I'm hot. It is ridiculous. I'm just looking. What have I... It's my little list of songs. That's what I've done so far. I've only got 2 left on this list. Only got 2 left. Suggest me something. GR, are you still out there? Are you still out there? I'm just going to have some more raspberry juice. I got to know GR through the Nicky Sudden and Epic Soundtracks Appreciation Society on Facebook. In fact, I got to know quite a few people from that. And he's a thoroughly good egg. By the way, Gary, have you ordered those new Nicky Sudden CDs, the New York and the New Jersey Affair CDs yet? And if so, have you got them? Because I'm probably going to get them next month. I'm just wondering if have you got them? And 2, have you heard them? And 3, could you tell me what you think? Because I got one of them, but there was one that was released that was done with the French Revolution. And to be honest, I wasn't the greatest fan of that era. I mean, there's some good stuff there, but I just thought I don't really want to get a live CD of that. It's not really. Okay. 10 songs. Tell you what, shall I do a New York one? Okay, you've got them, but you haven't. Yeah. Are they, is it 2 separate CDs or is it 1 CD together? Because I know that they're just in cards, aren't they? They're not digipack. It's just that I basically just ordered some stuff and then Carlton posted about it about a day later. And I'm like, well, I've just got my purchases for the month, so I have to wait. Because I said to him, you know, I'm going to have to wait a bit. I'm hot, unbelievably hot. I could play my Phil Schoenfeld song. It's what I call my Phil Schoenfeld song. Oh, it's hot. Now, the reason why I call this my Phil Schoenfeld song is that when I was writing it, it reminded me of something that he would do. And then when I recorded it, I sent it to him and he really likes it. So there are plans afoot when this COVID thing is all over. We might be going, I don't know, somewhere in a studio and recording it. And because I call it my Phil Schoenfeld song, and Phil was like, you know, I said to him, you know, he said he was honored for it to be an inspiration for it. And I'm like, well, it just sounds like a song that you would do. And then I said to him, would you be on it? You know, would you, if I record it, will you sing or play guitar on it? He was like, yeah, of course. So I'm like, yes. So I'm going to get Mr. Schoenfeld on the song that's inspired by him. This one is it. This is also, as I was telling you, on my SoundCloud page. If you look up Dave Renegade on SoundCloud, it's part of my lockdown demo sessions that I recorded during lockdown. It's called My Bitter Tears, and it goes like this. Oh, it's also on What Colour is Sound compilation that was released through Michael Plater's Bandcamp. But if you look up What Colour is Sound, there's volume 2 has just come out, but I'm on volume 1, as is Michael and as Monty, and there's lots of great artists. So if you go to What Colour is Sound, and you'll see there's 2 compilation albums, there's going to be a 3rd one coming out, which I'm featuring on again later this month. So this one is called My Bitter Tears, and it goes like this. It's not the rain falling from the sky. It's the tears of disappointment falling from my eyes. It's not the first time, it won't be the last. Try as I might, I can't escape my past. Bad decisions, bad judgment got me here. So now I face my final fear. The tears are welling up. Nothing I can do to make them stop. My bitter tears, my biggest fear. My bitter tears, my bitter tears. I didn't want my life to end this way, but this melancholic end looks set to stay. Bad luck follows me at every turn. You dance too close to the fire and you will burn. It seems there's no way out and it's all said. There's nothing left now but my regret. The tears welling up. Nothing I can do to make them stop. My bitter tears, my biggest fear. My bitter tears, my biggest fear. Now there's just a shell where happiness once dwelled. It's difficult to believe that once all was well. But happiness and hope don't live here anymore. There's nothing left here except for my bitter tears, my biggest fear. My bitter tears, my bitter tears, my bitter tears, my bitter tears, my bitter tears. It is so hot. I'm thinking I'm going to have to open the window. It is just so. I have now played all the songs that were on my list. Excuse me, I just have to open this window because it's just, you'll notice the difference. Still no Y fronts. Thank the Lord. So I have now, I had 10 songs rehearsed up. I've just actually played 11 because I added in an extra one. Is there anything anyone wants to hear? Let me know. I'm keeping an eye on the time because, as ever, I could actually do a lot more songs if I shut the fuck up talking and just played. But that's just not the way I am. Let me know what you think. Oh yeah, stuff I've been listening to. Yesterday, Go Go Bordello, Gypsy Punks, Underdog World Strike. This is pretty damn good. I need to look up. I can't remember where these guys are from. I knew they recorded this in New York, but I don't know where they're actually from originally. And Gary, this is something you might be interested in. This is Jesse Merlin. This is his first solo album. It's called The Fine Art of Self-Destruction. And I've been watching. He's been doing live performances. I think he started in April, and he's been doing them almost every week, once a week. He started off on Saturday nights in his apartment, just playing to an iPhone. And then he went to one of his venues. It was just him and a keyboard player or him and a guitarist. And now he's doing performances from the Bowery Electric in New York, where he's playing with a whole band. And basically you pay a certain amount and you can watch the live stream. You can watch it as it's live. And then after that, it's on demand. So you can watch it up until midnight on Sundays. So it's every Thursday night. So you've got all of Friday, all of Saturday, all of Sunday to watch it if you can't catch the live performance. And this week he has HR from Bad Brains does a blessing each week. Then he had a band called Bath Dog, which were like a hardcore band, which is not really my kind of thing, but you know. Then he played for like 2 hours, and then he had an interview with Jim Jarmusch, the film director, the American film director, who didn't. Oh God, I don't know his films, but anyway, you should check him out, Gary. He's really good. The performances are great. He tells great stories, and he plays for like 2 hours or something. Both fine albums. Well, I mean, I've got. This is not. I bought the original Fine Art of Self-Destruction when it came out in 2002, I think it was. This is the deluxe version that I just got the other week, where it comes. You've got the CD, and then it comes with a whole new CD. Actually, it's not there because it's in my CD player, but there's a whole nother CD of like songs that didn't make the album. So it's like it's basically 2 CDs for the price of one, and. Yeah, I mean, I really, I've got all of his studio stuff now, I think. Okay, so I've done that. Would anyone out there like to suggest me? What would you like to hear? I'm not going to be playing for too much longer. I've been on for a while. And does anyone out there like Hank Williams? Does anyone out there like Hank Williams? I must admit the heat is beginning to take its toll. Actually, I know. I think I did this last week. I don't want to be repeating myself too much, even though I am. I did actually have a list here. Yeah, this is what I did last week. How many times have I repeated myself? Once, twice, only 3 times. I've only done 3 songs from I did last week, so maybe I should try and make sure that I don't do some more. I've got that Timeless album. I have that Timeless. The Hank Williams covers. Okay, I did do this last week, but what the hell? Why not? There's 2 songs by Hank Williams that are my favorite. I'm going to play this one. This one is actually not a Hank Williams song. It's wrongly credited as a Hank Williams song. It's actually a Luke the Drifter song, which is Hank Williams' alter ego. When he was trying to be a righteous, God-fearing man, he used to release singles or 10-inch singles called Luke the Drifter, and they were mostly recitals. But on one of them, he did a song that sounds pretty much like he does when he does his normal Hank Williams. This is it. It's called Ramblin', Man. I love this song. I could sail alone and be doing just fine till I hear that old train coming down the line. When I hear the whistle blow, I hurry home to pack. And if I I might just blow my stack. I love you, baby, but you gotta understand when the Lord God made me, He made a rambling man. Some folks they say that I'm no good, that I wouldn't sit down even if I could. But when that old road starts calling me, then there's something over the hill that I gotta see. Sometimes it's hard, but you gotta understand when the Lord God made me, He made a rambling man. I love to see the towns pass by as I ride these old rails beneath God's blue sky. I love to travel the land from the mountains to the sea, 'cause that's the life I believe He made for me. And when I'm dead and old and at my grave stand, just know that the Lord God called home His rambling man. There we go. I do love that song. I play that song. My cousin plays that song. I think what I've decided, I'm gonna do 3 more songs and then I'm gonna stop. Is Matty Rocks out there? Is Matty from New Zealand? Let me know if he's there. And if he's not, I'm going to send him a video. But yeah, as I said, once again, if there's any songs that you want me to do next week, let me know. As I said, I'm going to call it a day for a while, maybe until the autumn / winter, maybe. When the lockdown comes in, because when I first started doing this, everybody was on lockdown. And I used to say in the description, now I've got you as a captive audience, as in you can't go anywhere. You have to watch me, even if you don't want to. So maybe I'll give it a break for a few weeks, wait until everybody fucks everything up and we're back down on lockdown, and then I'll come back and do some more. I mean, hopefully I can start playing live again. So I'm going to do 3 more from my album, and then I'm going to call it a day. But this one is a true story. It's written about a hurricane that hit New York City in 2012, I think it was. End of 2012, October-ish time, I think it was, November. And basically, I was watching the live cams. There was like live cams showing it as it hit the city, as it came ashore. And the descriptions that I describe in the song are things I actually saw on live cam. So this is called The Night Sandy Came to Town. And Gray J. Wall, you played harmonica on this when we played at that place in Kentish Town, the Rose and Crown, I think it's called. You came and played harmonica on this. Yeah. It's Sunday, so I thought I'd go mellow. Tonight it's cold in New York City. Those famous lights have gone out downtown. East Village is underwater. What's happening to this old town? The night that Sandy came to town. The night that Sandy came to town. Breezy Point is burning. Rockaway Beach Boardwalk been washed away. Howard Beach is underwater. What would old Blue Eyes have to say about the night that Sandy came to town? The night that Sandy came to town. Times Square is empty and windswept. There's no one tonight out in this town. Over on Stratton, there's no electricity. All power is down. The night Sandy came to town. The night Sandy came to town. This is the bit where Jay Gray, you played the harmonica. I say New York City Harbour. It's foggy. It's grey. You can't see anything. It's desolate. It's cold. For the first time in its history, the famous New York subway is under the sea. I don't know about you, but I take my hope from that statue out in the bay, welcoming everyone in. And I know that this old town will win, because the night that Sandy came to town, the night that Sandy came to town. Let's get out of here. Let's go. Another song that's on the album. It's called Walkin Away. I came onto the station platform. I saw you standing there. I called out after you, but you were no longer just walking away. You're just walking away. You're just walking away. You're just walking away. Walking down the streets of New York City, on the corner of St. Mark's and 2nd, he saw her there. But when he got to the gem spot, ice cream stall, she was no longer there. Just walking away. Just walking away. Just walking away. Just walking away. Now on this bit, there's a lead guitar solo on the album, but I can't do it because I need the rhythm. So I'm going to hum it how it sounds. It goes like this. And it fades out. And it goes like that. The only thing is, my hand was playing the same chord for so goddamn long, it killed it. That was called Walking Away. That's on the album as well. This is the last song of the night. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. As I said, don't forget, next week I am going to do the last one for a while. That'll be online gig number 20. I like even numbers. So I was wondering whether to knock it on the head when I did 17, but it was an odd number. And I thought, should I do it last week? And I'm like, no. I think I'll do it next week. If you can think of any of the songs that you know and like, let me know, and I'll make sure I play them. This is the last one that's on the album. And this one is called Shipwrecks. So yeah, this is the last one. Yeah, Katerina, Gray, Gary, anyone, Miranda, just let me know a song for next week. If there's any dedications or anything you want me to do, and I will do them. This one is called Shipwrecks. It's the last song on the album. I always say to people, imagine it's nighttime, summer, I guess, or autumn, not cold, but you're sitting by a beach. Doesn't have to be a sandy beach, or just a beach where you can see the sea. It's late at night and you're very, very reflective. And if you smoke, I don't smoke, but if you smoke, you've got a cigarette or other things, and you're just looking out to sea and just chilling out. Or, in a bar, 3 o'clock in the morning, the barman's clearing up, it's time to go, but you're holding on to that drink because you don't want to go home, or you've got nowhere to go, so you're just holding on to that drink until the barman says, fuck off. This one is called Shipwrecks. It goes like this. just like ships that pass in the night. We just float on by. We don't even turn around or stop to ask ourselves why. Ask ourselves why. Just you and I. Ask ourselves why. Just you and I. Our shipwrecks in the night. Shipwrecks in the night. We're islands out there, just floating around on our own, so wrapped up in ourselves, so far from home, far from home. Just you and I, far from home. Just you and I, the shipwrecks in the night. Shipwrecks in the night. Life is something that just happens as you're busy making plans. Does anyone even stop to ask themselves why? Or is it easier just to float on by? Just you and I, float on by. Just you and I, shipwrecks in the night. Shipwrecks in the night. What's it all about? Does anyone even really know? Maybe one day I'll get tired and stop asking myself why. Ask myself why. Just you and I. Ask myself why. Just you and I. The shipwrecks in the night. Shipwrecks in the night. Now it's all over and the lights have just come on. The performance is over and it's time to find our way back home. Just you and I, find our way back home. Just you and I, shipwrecks in the night. Shipwrecks in the night. Shipwrecks in the night. Like shipwrecks in the night. That's it, folks. I'd just like to say thank you to everybody for tuning in. It's always appreciated to for everyone to tune in. And yeah, as I said, let me know either in this chat box now or in the comments under. I'm going to post it on YouTube, or I'm going to create an event for next week. But let me know any of the songs that you would like to hear for next week. That would be great. And look after yourselves, stay safe, and have a great week. And I will see you next week. Take care and look after yourselves. And thank you all for tuning in. Oh my God, Paul McCartney. No. Cheers.